Okay.
Michael, hi.
I'm sorry it took me so long.
Oh no, you're fine. You're here. So we're doing good. Oh, you're frozen. But can you hear me?
I
Yeah.
can.
Okay. Sweet.
Uh,
Can you hear me? See me? All right. Well, you guys ready to just dive right in?
Sure.
Okay. Let's do it. So, it's nutrition for busy people. So, basically nutrition for everybody. And we're just going to go through some mindset things and some practical tips for intuitive eating to make it easier for when life happens and things get busy. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Okay.
sounds good.
Sound good? Okay.
Ready to learn.
Okay. All right. So, the first thing is I'm Liz. You guys already know me, but my niche is 50 to 7-year-old women that have had disordered eating. I work with men too, but people that have had disordered eating or been through very restrictive dieting cycles and they're looking for food freedom. And what sets me apart is that I've been through disordered eating and I've also been through all of the macro counting and the intuitive eating. So I'm able to have a very understanding perspective of where people are coming from. Okay, so we're gonna dive right in. So, one sec, I wanna be able to see you guys. All right, so the first thing is to find your deeper why. So I want you to write down what your main goal is in health and nutrition. And if you're willing to share, you can go ahead and share that with me too.
Should I share it?
Yeah, go ahead, share it.
I want to eat optimally and healthfully for powerlifting. Since I have that meet coming up like August 5th, so I want to just eat healthy. Kind of maintain weight. I'm in the 275. I'm about 265 right now.
Okay. So, maintaining weight for powerlifting.
Yeah.
Okay. How about you, Sylvia?
And I want to maintain good nutrition so that I can stay that strong and flexible that I've been trying to keep as I age.
Okay. So, strength and flexibility.
Yeah, strength and flexibility.
Okay.
One of the biggies.
So,
Not for powerlifting, but get through the day.
for quality of life, both of you, quality of
Yes.
life. So,
Yep.
what we're basically going to do is take that first goal and dig deeper into it and turn it into an empowering story. So, just to start, you want to maintain weight for powerlifting. Why do you want to do that? So, basically, we're going to go through and ask why 5 times. So, I'm just going to give you an example on the screen, and then I'm going to ask you to do it on your own as well. So, a lot of the time, people want to lose weight. That's like their main goal. They want to eat healthier to lose weight. And when you say that out loud, it's not very empowering. So I want you to say that out loud. I want to eat healthier to lose weight. And just tell me how it makes you feel.
I want to eat I eat healthy so I lose weight. It makes me feel like I would, if I can't lose the weight, that I'm not doing okay.
So pressure and judgment, right?
Yeah, pressure, definitely pressure.
Okay. And Michael?
So I'm just saying like why I want to eat the way I want to eat, or
Oh no, I just want you to say, I want to eat healthier because I want to lose weight.
okay, I want healthier, want to lose weight.
And how does that make you feel? Like,
It feels good to like have a goal and like something to set like a plan for.
okay, so that's positive. All right, so we have pressure, but also helpful to have a goal written down. So we're gonna go through the 5 whys. So why do you want to lose weight? This is just the example. I know you both want to maintain, but why do I want to lose weight? All right, this person wants to fit into smaller clothes. Why do you want to fit into smaller clothes? I look better when I'm wearing smaller clothes. Okay, why do you want to look better? To be more confident. And then usually by the 4th or 5th question, you have a little bit more power behind your goals. Okay, why do you want to be more confident? And that seems like a silly question, but when I show up more confident in my life, I reach my goals more often and I'm happier. I enjoy my life more. So now, just to like show you the change from the first why to the last why, I want you both to again say, okay, I want to lose weight because when I'm more confident, I reach my goals more often and enjoy my life more. Tell me how that makes you feel. This is the first one.
Okay, so if I want to lose weight so that I would be more confident in my life and reach my goals more,
Yeah.
then I'd have to know what those goals are, though, because then you'd have to want to look thinner or fit in with a crowd. I don't know. You know what I mean? That'd have to be really important to me. It's not now, but
Yeah,
I get
it has to be really important to you. It has to be so meaningful.
Meaningful, and that wouldn't be meaningful to me right now.
Yeah, I know, but it's more meaningful than just I want to lose weight, because now you have I want to lose weight because I want to be more confident, reach my goals more, and enjoy my life. Do you see where I'm going with this?
Yes.
Okay.
So, okay, for the example, yes.
Yeah, just for the example, because now after this, I want you to do it on your own with your own goal, but I want to start with this easy example.
Okay.
Go ahead, Sylvia or Michael, either one of you.
So now for our own goal. Okay, let me think a second, because I know, but I got to rethink it.
So literally write this down. I want you to write down your goals. So I want to maintain weight for powerlifting, for you, Michael, and then for Sylvia, I want to maintain weight for strength and flexibility.
Yeah.
And then you're just going to ask, why do I want that goal? And follow the example as on the PowerPoint. Does that make sense?
Okay. To do the whole thing?
Mm-hmm. So I'll give you a few minutes because it should take a couple minutes.
Yeah.
If you need help, let me know too.
Okay, so the goal of why I'd want to be strong and flexible, and then what's the next why?
Okay, so why do you want to be strong and flexible?
Yeah. I want to be because then I can keep an active lifestyle.
Mm-hmm. Yep, so write that down. So that's the next thing. And then you'll ask, why do I want to keep an active lifestyle? So we're basically digging, like, what is the real why behind your goals? It's more than just powerlifting. You're doing, like, and for you, Sylvia, it's more than just wanting to be active, and it's wanting to keep up with your grandchildren. It's our nieces and nephews and whatever, right?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, not grandchildren, but and then Michael, for you, it's probably going to be more than just powerlifting. It's having a sense of accomplishment, having confidence. Yeah, like
proving myself.
Yep.
To myself. I mean, I'm just doing this for me, like, honestly, but I mean, that's the main reason I'm doing it, and I just want to do well, so I could, like, show myself that I could accomplish something.
Mm-hmm. So write that down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's how many whys?
5. The 5 whys.
Ooh.
Yes, I know.
So once we say, okay, so I say, I want be strong and flexible because that's my goal. That's to feel good that way. And then why? To keep active. I don't want to have pain. And then why would I want to keep active? Because I want to garden and I want to be valuable and independent. I don't want to lose that independence. And so then I have to ask why I'd want to, why that's.
Yes. How is it going for you, Michael? What are you on?
I kind of I'm a little bit lost.
Oh, that's okay. Okay. So I want you to write down what your goal is that we just talked about. So I want to maintain weight for powerlifting.
Okay.
Okay. So then we're going to ask why. Why do you want to maintain weight for powerlifting? And the answer could be because I want to show up and dominate, or I want to show up and feel good about myself. So write down that answer for the first question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then tell me when you've written it down.
Okay, ready.
Okay, so next question is why? Why do you want to show? What was your answer? What did you write down?
I think I wrote like I wanted to accomplish something and prove to myself I can do it. And
Okay, so the next question is why do you want to accomplish something and why do you want to prove to yourself? You can choose one or the other. So then your next answer will, yeah, go ahead. What is it?
just to like show that I have like discipline and like if I set my mind to something, I could do it.
Okay, so write down to show that I have discipline.
To show I have discipline. Okay.
And then when you're done, tell me again.
I'm ready.
Okay, so why do I want to show that I have discipline?
Just to like kind of prove something to myself and once I commit to something I could do it and
Okay, so to gain,
Maybe-
so because discipline is a value for you,
okay, discipline is value.
and to gain self-integrity.
And to gain self integrity.
I believe that's number 3, right? That was question number 3.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so then we would ask, okay, why are those values important to you? And your answer might be, the people that I look up to exude those values, or that's the type of leader I want to be, or that's how I want to show up in my life. So what's your answer?
I want to do something positive, show my niece and nephew like they can do whatever goal they want to do and
Boom, right there. Okay, so you're not just doing this to show up for a powerlifting meet. You're doing this because these are your values and you want to empower your nieces and nephews. Write that down. Write that down, yeah. So how's it going for you?
I think it's going okay. I said, of course, I want to be strong and flexible. I want to keep active because it feels good. Because then I can garden and help family. I feel more valuable and independent. And that independence is important because I have always been independent, and
It's a value.
it's a value, that independence. And I just want to show myself that I can be, and I think I could almost go along with his showing nieces and nephews too. You don't have to go and get a facelift or a tanning treatment. You can do wonderful things and feel really good about yourself and people. That's how I want to be. I don't.
That's how you want to show up in your life.
I don't care to show up with the beauty contents. I care to show up with the fact that I can take care of myself and help others, and I'm not, and that this is how they can live too. They don't have to
Lead by example. Yeah.
Yeah, right. If they like weightlifting or if they like building buildings or whatever, it's the things you should do, not get sucked into the rest of the crazy world.
Agreed. Yes. So I'm gonna.
good point.
Yeah, great point. So we did 4 questions. We're gonna dig one tiny bit deeper, see if there's anything else there for you, Michael. So that last question is going to be, why do I want to set a great example for my nieces and nephews? And Sylvia, you can ask that question too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what's your answer?
Well, like my nephew, he's playing baseball, and my niece like plays volleyball and soccer. And I just want to show them like, I'm 41, and if I could do powerlifting meet, I mean they're ages 7 and 11. Well, he's almost 8, but I just want to show them like, if they could do if they put their best in their sports, they're gonna succeed and just kind of always try their best.
Yep. Okay, so you want to be able to inspire them and empower them to do their best and show up their best. Okay.
Yeah.
So write that down too. And Sylv, same for you. So once you've written that answer, the last thing I want you to write is your new statement. So your first, just to give an example, your first statement was, I want to maintain weight for strength and flexibility. So if that was yours. Now your story is going to be, I want to maintain weight because, what was your last why?
My last why, well, because, okay, then I had, my last why was that I think that I believe that would be an example to my sisters and my nieces and nephews, my family,
Yes.
that they can be their own success,
I love it.
follow their path, just, yeah,
Yes.
be their own success.
So now your story is, I want to maintain weight because I want to empower others and show that you can follow your own path and have dependence, or independent, not dependent.
Independence.
You can have independence.
Yes.
Okay, and enjoy life.
And enjoy life. Yeah, that's a big one, because I remember talking to sisters about losing weight, that we shouldn't get too fat, or, watch what you're eating, and we should take care, and let's have a salad. And I don't think that ever made anybody really totally happy.
It's
and
not
in control.
empowering. Yeah.
Nobody took control.
It's not empowering. That's a disempowering
Yeah.
story. So Michael, your example, so I want to maintain weight for powerlifting. Now your story is, I want to maintain weight to show my niece and nephew that they can achieve whatever they put their mind to, or something like that. You go ahead. Yeah. What is your new statement? Tell me.
I want to maintain weight and eat healthy to inspire my niece and nephew to do the same and reach their goals in their sports.
Love it. Love it. Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that new story, does that feel a lot more empowering than the first one?
Yeah, because then I'm just doing it for more than me.
Yeah. It's a deeper
Yes.
why. So
Yes.
next to your last statement that you just put down, I want you to write what emotions you feel when you say it out loud. So it could be strength, it could be empowering,
Inspired.
inspired, yeah. I want you to write at least like 2 emotions down next to that sentence.
Inspired, confident.
Yep, beautiful.
Thanks.
Yes.
And I wrote inspired and hopeful.
Hopeful. Ooh, I like
That's
that
a
one
good one.
too. Yeah. And you can write as many feeling words as you want. So, not to get a little bit woo, I'll keep this short. But where do you feel that emotion in your body? So, hopeful, inspired.
Where do I feel that in my body?
Yep.
Well, boy, right now I'd say kind of in my heart. It's kind of like,
Ooh. Okay, write that down.
It feels warm and like, yes, there's hope.
There's hope. Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
next to your emotion words, I want you to write down where you feel it in your body, and also the intensity on a scale of 1 to 5. So 1 is meh, doesn't really matter. 5 is like, man, I am ready to take action. Like, I feel it everywhere. My arms are tingling. Let's go. Yes. Michael, where do you feel it?
I was gonna say my heart too, and like maybe a little bit of my mindset kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
I like that.
And I'd say it's a 5.
A 5. Let's go. Okay, write both of those
Yeah.
things down.
yeah.
All right. So the next step, we already have it as at a 5, and you feel it. You're ready to go. We're gonna change it. Take it even up more of a notch. Take it up more of a notch. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So let me change the screen here. All right. We're just gonna play a little word game. So this will be shorter, I promise. So now you have that new story. It's I want to maintain weight because, right?
Uh-huh.
So now we're going to take out want to and you can write this down as we go. You don't have to rewrite the whole sentence each time, but we're going to take out want to and put in could.
Could. Okay.
So I could eat, or I could maintain weight because that entire statement. You can actually, let's write it all out. We'll take like 10 minutes on this. Write the whole thing out. I could maintain weight because I want to show up for my nieces and nephews, XYZ. And then let me know when you're done writing. Guys, doing good?
I think so.
Yeah, I guess.
So you're just taking out that statement that you just wrote and crossing off want to and writing in could.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
And I wrote mine out. I think I kind of tried to pull some of the words together a little bit. I could maintain flexibility and strength because I want to show myself and my family that we have the ability, and I put in parentheses, control for our own success.
Ooh, okay. Okay, so self-determination. Yeah.
That's just what I think people are more inspired when they can choose their own way of getting there, but
so how does it feel to say I could? I want you to write down more feeling words.
Feel?
Yep.
Okay.
How does it feel to say that out loud? I could. All of that whole sentence you just read, how does that feel? Write down 2 emotions, where you feel it, and how intense. That's kind of a theme, those 3 things.
Okay.
Okay. And Michael, so I want you to read yours out loud too. So I could maintain weight because...
I could maintain weight because I want to show up and do well for my niece and my nephew.
Okay. How does... No, you're good. Is that it?
I guess, yeah.
Okay. No, that's fine. So how does that feel?
Kind of like putting my mind in a positive mindset.
Okay, we're taking a step towards it. I could.
Yeah.
Now it's like, I don't want to just do it, like want to just think about it. I could actually do it. So I want you to write down 2 emotions that you felt when you said that, and then where you feel it, and on a scale of 1 to 5, how intense it is. We're almost... Okay.
Well, go ahead.
I was going to say we're almost done with the writing, I promise. This is just like really important.
My emotions on this are just a little bit different because even though there's like an inspiration in that piece, it also I can also feel that there's responsibility or work to that. Like I feel like, when you say I could, now you're setting it in, almost towards an action.
Yeah, some ownership.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. How about you, Michael?
I wrote like, it kind of makes me fired up, a little bit emotional, about a 4.
Okay. So the could kind of brings you down a little bit. That's okay. All right, We're going to keep going. So the next one, you don't have to write this entire thing. All I want you to do now is cross out the could and write can.
Can.
Yep. So we're going to do the same thing again where you read it out loud.
Okay. I can maintain flexibility and strength because I want to show myself, my family, that we have the ability for our own success. And I'd say that, boy, the feelings on that when you say can feels more back to the hopeful, more back to the, want to.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, ready to take action.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. I can.
All right. So make sure you write down the emotions and then where you feel it and then rate it on a scale of 1 to 5. And then Michael, Go ahead and read yours
Yeah.
out loud.
All right, I wrote, I can maintain weight 'cause I want to show up and do well and inspire my niece and nephew. And, so it's more strong, more intense.
More ready to take action?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And then write down where you feel it, and again on that scale of 1 to 5. Okay, so these two things that we just did, the first one is called the 5 whys technique. So you're just digging deep into the layers. Yep. So that's a tool you can use whenever you need to, when you're feeling disconnected from your goal or disconnected from the process. Because having a goal is great, but knowing your why is so much more powerful. As we can tell, now we're at a 5. Now we're feeling hopeful, optimistic, inspired, ready to go. And then the other thing, the one that we just did, is called a should detox. So if you've ever heard the term stop shoulding on yourself, this is a simple exercise. So we didn't have a should, we had a I want. So want is great, but it's still a bit passive. Should is even worse. Should is super stressful, pressure word. But you can change it. You can go from I should or I want to a could. And then from a could, you can go to a can. And the most powerful is to have a I can because. And we already have our because down. We did the 5 whys. We crushed that. So having I can is so empowering. Like, you are fully bought in, and now we're ready to take action. Okay, so that's the next thing that we are going to do is take action. Identify your lead domino. So now that we know we can maintain weight because XYZ, we're going to find the lead domino. So the lead domino is the one thing that will make everything else easier. Oops, why did it do that? Okay. That will make everything else easier. So it'll depend on your goal, but let's say maintaining weight. Let's think about this. Maintaining weight. So you might need to prepare your own food throughout the week. Like, that's one thing that makes a huge difference for you. And it'll make it easier for you to stay on track with your gym schedule. It'll make it easier for you to get to sleep on time, XYZ. Does that make sense what the lead domino is?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so, 1 second. I want you to identify what you think your lead domino is. So basically, ask the question to yourself, what's the one thing that you can do to set yourself up for maintaining weight and being successful with that? What's the one thing that has to happen that makes everything else easier? I'll give you a couple seconds to think, or you can just say it out if you want.
Oh, I'm going to say reminders, because those reminders that you send out, and that makes a difference, because it's so easy to get lax. I am still in that need for reminders.
So accountability.
To keep me accountable, and I know I can, but those little reminders just kind of put that out there that, did I take accountability? Did I not today?
So I would almost dare to say that your lead domino is accountability right now.
Accountability, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
and it might change.
Just have to bite. And every time I do, I feel better. If I don't take the accountability for the day and I slough it, I know, because I feel the next day like, oh, I did not. That wasn't what I wanted.
It wasn't
I do it.
In line with your values and your goals, yeah.
Yep.
Yes. What about you, Michael? What's your lead domino?
I guess other people, like I know, like, I'll see, like, you posting stuff, about nutrition. I know you're, getting all your meals in, so you can do as best as you can weightlifting, and just knowing there's other people, with the similar goal, and, just like at the gym, someday if I'm kind of like, just dragging through, I see other people, hitting their workouts hard, and it kind of like inspires me to keep going.
So it sounds like your lead domino is motivation or inspiration.
Okay.
Does that resonate with you?
Yeah.
Okay, so, well, so I want to get more tangible. So we have accountability and motivation. What are one thing for each of those that you can do to make sure you have those things in your life? So accountability for you is having a coach. That one thing makes everything else easier because you know you're going to have to check in. Michael,
Yep.
for you, I'm not sure what that one thing is. It might be going to a specific gym at a certain time with your team or having a coach in person.
Yeah,
or...
I have a powerlifting coach.
Okay. Awesome.
So I send him like videos and stuff, and he'll like analyze my technique. So that helps.
Okay. So that's inspiring. And then do you have a certain gym that you train at that's like motivating and you like
Yeah,
to show
it's
up?
called Fitness 19, and I know the people real well. I've been there about 5 years.
Okay. So pretty much the lead domino for both of you is having a coach. But your reasoning is different. One is accountability and one is motivation. Okay. So I just want to give another example of a lead domino too. Like for me, it's sleep. I'm fine if I don't have a coach, but if I don't have good sleep, nothing else in my day, nutrition-wise, mindset-wise, training is going to go well. That's my lead domino, just to use another example.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to show that it could be a lot of different things, and it's going to be different for each person, depending where they're at in their life and what they're trying to reach and achieve. So the next step, now that we have our lead domino, is to write down 3 to 5 action items that help you achieve that lead domino and get you closer to your overall goal. So you already have coaches. That's fantastic.
Yep.
Trying to think exactly how to use this example. But
2 or 3 of them.
I'll use my example of the sleep first. So sleep consistency is my lead domino. If I break it down, the things that I need to do to make sure that happens is having a bedtime routine. I don't set a timer, but I could set a timer to start my routine. Let's see. Scheduling activities that force me to get out of bed at the same time each day, setting my clothes out, being prepared before bed, journaling, even putting your phone across the room to force you to get out of bed. So those are just examples of 3 to 5 action items that I can do for my lead domino. So what would those action items be for your goal, for your lead domino?
Oh, go ahead, ma'am.
Oh, okay. I was just thinking, okay, yeah, we got coaches, but I think another thing when you're kind of broadening the options here and opportunities is that setting my water bottles out.
Ooh.
I mean, there's things that I say I'm going to be accountable for, but I got to have my water bottle set out. I've got to have my bands and my workout balls in the same place where I'm going to walk past and I'm going to say, okay, they're there. And that's on my reminder list to do some of my routine exercises. So I got to have those things visible. So I'd say, I'm doing a lot better on the food because you've coached me so long on it, Liz, that the food thing is like
Easy
getting
now.
more and more automatic. But yeah, the refrigerator always has appropriate, healthy, fun stuff in. But
Okay.
yeah, otherwise those are the 2 things I think of right off the top of my head that I gotta have.
So setting water bottles out, having workout equipment out, and
Yes.
keeping the fridge stocked with quality food.
Yeah.
Love it.
It's got to be visible because
And those help you
Gotta
stay
be.
accountable.
yeah.
All right, Michael.
Yes.
Yes.
This is kind of like a little off, but it's like part of it. But I remember 5 years ago I was having trouble squatting to depth, and you got me doing like ROMWOD.
Yes.
It's called pliability now, but I've been doing that every day for 5 years. Like I never miss a day. like 25 minutes a day, and I think the Warrior on Thursday is like 45, 50.
Yep.
But that really helped because I don't have any trouble with mobility or technique since I've been doing that.
Wow.
You guys are awesome.
Thanks.
Yeah. Okay, so pliability is one of them, daily. What are your other 3 to 5 action items that you know need to be in place? So, pliability?
Drinking enough water,
Okay.
sleeping enough.
And then how do you make sure that you do those? Like, do you have a specific, like, water bottle that you... Show my logo. A specific water bottle that you fill every day?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. So...
I can't find it, but it's somewhere around here.
That's okay. I believe you.
I got mine.
Woo, best friend water bottles. Okay, so water bottle, and then you said eating well too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and how do you make sure that happens? Like food prep?
Yeah, that, and just like if I'm close to fast food places, I just kind of don't stop and rather get some at home that's healthier.
Okay. So eating food from home. Okay, awesome. So this is mostly, it sounds like you guys already do these things, but it's also bringing awareness, like these can change with time. So let's say your lead domino changes to focusing on sleep, like my example. Then you know, like, you need to redirect your energy onto making sure that you have a bedtime routine, making sure you have a timer set, or have your clothes laid out, whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So these are things that you can do right now, every single day, and they will set you up for success to reach your lead domino, and your lead domino sets you up for success everywhere else. So kind of breaking everything down. Does this make sense?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, that does make sense.
Just making
Very
sure.
much.
Beautiful. So we have our new story, we have our lead domino, we have our action items. So the next thing that is really important, especially when you're busy. Oh no, I made this screen too. Let's see. Okay, I'll read the bottom. I'm sorry, y'all. Unless you can see it. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can read it, see it.
Oh, beautiful. Okay. So,
Yeah, I can move it around to see it.
okay, so the next thing is just systems. So you have the news story, you have the goal, you have your focus and your action items, and the last thing is systems, like making sure that your environment is set up to make this easy on you. If you lived at a McDonald's, it's gonna be hard to eat healthy, right? If all your friends do is drink, it's hard to not drink. So these systems are basically just ideas to make this easier for you. So one example, I won't go through all of these, but like you already said, keeping your fridge stocked with good food, quality food, nutrient-dense fruits and veggies, having a meal prep routine, joining a gym on your way home from work so that you always drive by it. So
Yes.
there's a lot of these, even like, I don't know if y'all have ever heard of a community supported agriculture box, a CSA box on here.
I have heard of them.
Yeah, that's
I
my.
haven't, sorry.
No, that's okay. Now you know. So most towns have a farm or a few farms within a couple miles that will deliver fresh veggies and sometimes meat every single week. So you're getting fresh produce at a reduced cost and it's straight from the farm. That type of system, like, you don't even have to go shopping for it. It just makes it easier to have those things available. Yeah, keeping berries and greens in the freezer, having pre-chopped veggies, putting meal prep in your calendar. All I want you to do is like take these in and let's just say like 1 or 2 of them that you think would help you. And Sylvia, you go first because Michael disappeared.
Okay, 1 or 2 of these that would help me.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I definitely keeping berries and greens in the freezer for smoothies. That would be more fun. I do some smoothies, but I don't always keep enough berries or kale or spinach or whatever just available to put a chunk in there.
I like that. So that's one
Yeah.
system you can put in place.
Yeah, I get a little bit more of my veggies that way, so I could do that.
I like that.
And
I can do that.
yeah, I can do that. I never thought about keeping pre-cooked grains in my fridge either. I think sometimes, I guess I didn't even think of that because like rice and
Rice,
so
barley,
then you could just,
noodles
Okay.
even. They freeze really well, usually. Mostly. Across my fingers.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
How about you, Michael? So Sylv said keeping berries and pre-cooked grains in the freezer is something she didn't think of. What's one thing that would help you on here?
Like keeping vegetables in the fridge, I guess, so, reach out to their healthy.
Mm-hmm. Like pre-chopped or like just having them there in general?
Just having them in general, just like the high calorie stuff, ain't around.
Yeah. It boosts your recovery too for powerlifting. Just saying, having all those fruits and veggies. Yeah. It makes sense. But okay. So we're almost there. So another thing. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I got a desk. Is it all right if I duck out?
Oh yeah, you're fine. Yep. Thank you for
I'm
coming.
so sorry.
No, I
Thanks
hope you
for
got
being
something out
Nice
of this.
meeting you.
Nice to meet you, Sylvia. Take care,
Yes,
Liz. Thank
nice
you
to meet
so
you,
much.
Michael.
Bye, Michael.
Bye.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay, so
All right.
oh, he's still here. All right. So, and then one thing to make sure that you are learning from each week, because like I said, all of these things are going to change. Your lead domino is going to change. What you're able to take action on might change. So
Yeah.
having a weekly review system in place, like Sylvia, we have our check-in, but just
Yes.
being able to write what's going well and what isn't going well, what do I need to change, keep or
Yeah.
change, those are two really important questions to review each week.
Yes, it is.
And that can be a system too, putting a scheduled review or reflection each week in your calendar. So, go ahead.
No, I think that's great because sometimes I think that, that weekly review helps with, like if there needs to be a change, what that would be, because we kind of discussed that, because sometimes it's not that that I'm doing badly on something, it's just that I'm not feeling successful or I'm getting bored with it. And you're really good about switching it up or down for me, whatever I need.
Yeah, and you have to, because otherwise it's not engaging. Your goals
Yeah,
are going to
yep.
change. Life is going to change, And if you find like, wow, I'm doing really good with my water, I've been consistent for 2 months, then you don't need to track your water anymore. It's like, all right, let's move on to something more fun and meaningful now. That's a habit. Yeah. So
Yeah, which was nice getting away from the macros and getting into the mindset for intuitive eating, because those still stick in my head, the macros, as far as what they were.
Yep.
And yeah, they still mean something to me, but I don't have to track them. That's a freer mind.
Yes, food freedom for your mind.
Yes.
So
Yes.
So
I just have to keep my mind on the fact that it's either healthy for me or not healthy for me.
Yeah. Well, it's not healthy or
Nutrient
not healthy.
dense.
Is it serving you or not? Yeah, and nutrient dense. Yeah.
Nutrients.
I accidentally said good food earlier, and I was like, oh no, it's foods that serve you, foods that don't. Higher nutrient
Don't.
density, lower. So,
Yes.
language hacks. Language hacks make a big difference. So,
Yes, it does.
So part of the weekly review or reflection is just two things to remember is allowing yourself to adjust your dial or adjust your goals based on where you're at in life, what's happening. Like, you're a great example. So with knee surgery, you had to adjust your
Yes.
dial and turn things down a bit. So we weren't focusing on working out every day. We were focusing on just doing the bare minimum, doing your PT exercises, continuing to eat protein. You had to adjust your dial. And so if you would have set yourself up and said, no, I need to work out every day, I need to walk the dogs, you would have been disappointed. So you have
I would
to
have
be
been
able,
a failure.
yeah, you have to be able to adjust your dial. Like, I'm going to go
Yeah.
on vacation and I'm going to adjust my goals a little bit. I know I'm not going to be in the same routine. So, anyways, like just
Yeah.
allowing yourself to be human, basically. And then
Yes.
the other thing is you really want to make sure that you celebrate your wins. And if there's one thing that you do every single week, if you don't do any of the rest of this, celebrating your wins.
Yes.
Choosing to focus on what you did well, even if it was a really small thing, like I ate a carrot yesterday and I haven't eaten carrots for 3 years. Like every single small thing that you can notice, you're teaching your mind to notice the wins and see yourself as a success, build integrity with yourself, build yourself up basically, and add to that empowering story. Were you going to say something?
Yeah, no, I a lot of things went through my mind, but yeah, celebrating the wins, because I was just thinking of the tea and the hot tea and the almond milk, and I love it. It's absolutely delightful.
I'm drinking
And I
it
was
right
like,
now.
gosh, I can do that, and it feels good. And I'm like,
And it's a win.
Yeah.
It's a win. So
I know, but I just had to get the right green tea, and I had to get the almond milk, and I was just kind of had a list, and then was finally like, I'm just going to do this, and
yeah.
yeah.
Well, for someone like, well, I feel like you're a type A person. You are. Your
Yeah.
goal might have been, okay, I'm going to stop drinking coffee. That's my goal. And that
Yeah.
would have been like so disempowering because that doesn't happen overnight. But instead, your goal was to try almond milk in your tea. And that's a huge win. So now maybe next week, you might drink one less cup of coffee. Or,
I've actually been making smaller pots of coffee. Daryl and I have been like slowly going down, so we don't do as much. We don't do 6 cups, we do 4 or whatever. So I'm slowly working myself into, you know what, just what I maybe need to have to enjoy a couple of cups in the morning, and then, not having to have it to graze on all day.
yeah, no, that's huge. But your goal,
is.
like you weren't focusing on that. You're focusing on, okay, what's the next step? What's the next step? Just adjusting the dial. Yeah. And now you're heading
I
towards
can have tea. I can have tea in this almond milk, and it is a good treat. It tastes good, so I'm happy with that.
It's not restrictive. Yes.
Yeah.
So, and we identified that at your weekly review. So,
Yes, we did.
or your monthly
Yes, we
review,
did.
really.
But
Okay.
it takes a lot of reminders to get a person there, because it all sounds so easy, but if it doesn't,
It's not.
if you don't start it,
Yeah, I skipped over that part in my bio too. Like the biggest thing that gives me a leg up as a coach is change psychology. Having a psych degree, that's what nutrition is about. It's not about, oh, knowing that carrots have XYZ vitamin and mineral. That doesn't matter. You can Google
Doesn't.
that. What you need to know is how to change, how to make changes, how to change your habits, and stick with it. Okay, anyways, write news stories.
Yes.
So, yay. And that's what we've been doing. Okay, so now we have some just practical tips for intuitive eating, because what would a nutrition PowerPoint be without some tips?
not very much. We need to have this.
And you are not going to be surprised by these because we have already worked on all of these. So number 1, eat slowly. And I'm going to give like a small blurb and try to keep this short. But eating slowly does not mean taking an hour to eat your meal. It means being present with your food and completely giving the attention to each bite that it deserves. So you completely chew and swallow before you pick up your next bite, before you pick up your utensil. Okay.
Yes.
Number 2, so I count eating slowly as an anchor habit. Number 2, also an anchor habit, stopping when satisfied. So before you're full. We've worked a lot on this one.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And still do. It's a big one for me to change, but I definitely feel better when
Yeah.
I stop when I
And-
should.
And realizing that your body will tell you when it's full. Like, we have all these
Yes.
chemical messengers that start in our mouth when we start chewing the food, but then we also have our stomach, all these hormones too, but then our stomach actually expands as we eat. So there's all these built-in cues that tell us when we've had enough nutrients.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
so-
And we don't pay attention to them because
We're not
They don't-
eating slowly.
we're not eating slowly, and we're not thinking that our body's going to tell us. We just think we got to finish the plate. The mindset's a huge
Yeah.
change there.
Or eating, when you have macros, you don't really pay attention to that either because you're focused on meeting the macro instead of meeting your body cue. So those are the 2 anchor habits that if you take nothing else away from this, do those 2 things. Okay, and focus on your wins. So the more like tangible food item things is basically this plate method right here. So aiming for a palm of lean protein, so not a super fatty protein at each meal. Aiming for a thumb of high quality fat at each meal. So extra virgin olive oil is king here, I will say, with the quality fats. But most meals, if you have a fattier meat or if you cook, okay, we have 10 minutes. Got it. Okay. If you cook your veggies in oil, a lot of the times our fats are already included, so we don't usually have to add fats. But a fist of veggies at each meal, or for this example, it shows 50% of the plate. So that would be about 2 fists of veggies, but 1 to 2 fists of veggies at each meal. And then a cupped palm of complex carbs. So these are fiber-rich carbs, whole foods, whole grains. Yep. Okay. So, and then a little blurb here. I do nutrition coaching.
Yes.
We know
you do.
this. All right. So.
Yes. Thank goodness.
Thank goodness. It's fun. Okay. So thank you, Slide. These are 2 people that I've worked with that had some pretty big transformations.
I remember the posts on her.
Yeah. No, it was crazy because we started eating more food. Like, we started with macros, and we realized that she needed to eat a lot more food. And then we changed the quality of her food, changed her mindset a little bit. So it was basically adding things instead of taking things away. And it was like, her mind was blown. Yeah.
She got able to do all the things she wanted to do, and she really pulled herself together there. Wow.
Yeah, and she's a mom, so she was like worried that having kids like was what made her so tired, but it was a lot of nutrition things that were missing. So yeah. Being busy or having kids you're not stuck being tired forever. There's things to do that we can experiment.
Yes.
Anyway,
you don't have to clean your kids' plates. You can actually plan your own food.
That too, which is, again, easier said than done because of, psychology. Yep. But so the other thing too that I just want to end on is that all of this is about treating your body from a place of self-love and kindness. Like, we're not doing this to be less or to have less body fat or to weigh less. It's about loving your body and doing things that serve you every single day as often as you can. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Yeah. Strength. I like this quote. Nutrition and movement is all about treating your body with love and kindness. One of the best ways to raise your self-esteem is to make truly loving choices that lead to increased strength of body and mind. I love that. It's just empowering.
Very good.
Yeah, it's empowering.
It's very empowering. Yeah. Oh.
I think that's it. So.
Yay!
Yeah, there's one more slide.
This was fun.
Oh no, there's not. That's it.
This was fun. I enjoyed this.
Yay. Okay, let me.
Even though I've had some of the work with you, this was really fun.
Yay.
It helps with that mindset and saying things. So I enjoyed that.